All right, says that we're live. That is always a good sign. Gotta change the chat location because I don't know why it doesn't work otherwise. Hello, Leo, or Leo, I'm sorry, I'm the Leo. You're the Libra. Hi, Libra. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to your birthday season live readings with me, Jay from EmpathicFire Tarot, or EmpathicFire. Same difference. I don't think there's an EmpathicFire Tarot on YouTube. Maybe I should change my name to that because that is my name over on Instagram. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, that's how you find me over there. But there it is. I was like, where's this button to get the chat moved? We got there. Then I gotta check here, make sure everything's good. Double time. Perfect. We're good. So again, Libra, welcome to your birthday season. Welcome to your birthday messages. If you're joining me here live tonight, thank you very much. If you're watching on the repeat, also thank you very much. If you guys need anything from me, everything is in the description box. If you want to see how to go about getting a personal reading with me, that information is down there. If you have questions before you place any orders with me, just email me at the same address you see there, and I will answer you as soon as I can. And if you are, again, wanting to follow me on Instagram, it is EmpathicFire Tarot on Instagram, okay? So to get started, if you're here in the chat, again, say hi. I think I might have a mod with me. Mod, if you're with me, say hi. But if you're here live in the chat, just go ahead and post your questions, and I will get to them in the order in which they are received. If you feel like sharing when your birthday is or when it was, feel free to do that. Any little tidbits about how you're doing during this crazy year of 2020. But to begin things, we're just going to do a general overview for the collective of Libras today. And wherever you are in the world, friends, I hope you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure. And I hope that you had an amazing birthday, or you will have if it is upcoming, okay? All right, so let's get some general information for Libras at this time. General messages for Libras at this time during their birthday season. Information for Libras at this time. Because it is October, I had to use the Zombie Tarot deck to start. Because, you know, you guys kind of initiate the spook. You initiate the spooky. So, general messages for Libra at this time, please. That's good. They like that. All right, let's see what's shaking, okay? All right. Emperor. Okay. All right. That one kind of wanted to jump out a little bit. Emperor, something I don't know yet. And one more for, oh, I say one more, and I think that's two. It's two. All right, so Emperor, the Moon, Six of Cups, and Seven of Swords. Well, Libra, it's kind of what you're known for. So first card out is the Emperor card. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you for being here. Thank you. I appreciate it. First card out is the Emperor, Major Arcana associated with Aries, Moon card, Major Arcana associated with Pisces, and then together the Six of Cups and the Seven of Swords. All right. So I think, Libra, there's a certain control, power, or person you're dealing with who seeks control and power, but it's a little, I don't think it's coming from like a secure place, which is interesting because the Emperor is known to be secure. It is known to be one of the firmest cards in the tarot deck. Firm as in like dependable, reliable, straightforward, and or like level-headed, right? But the Moon coming out next to it gives me this idea that someone is seeking control and power from an insecure place. They're seeking control and power from a place of confusion or misunderstanding, okay? They might be living in a fantasy or be under some type of illusion. It could be you, you know, it's just an overview for what you might be dealing with. It doesn't have to apply, right? But it feels very like you can't grab it. Like the Emperor is very tactile. The Emperor would be somebody who has a very strong physical presence. They would know exactly what they want, why they wanted, when they wanted, how they wanted, all those things. They'd have that desire and they would probably state that. So maybe that's it. Maybe somebody wants power and control, but they're not saying anything because with the moon, there's a lack of communication, or at least clear communication. There's a lot of symbolism. Like if you look at this card itself, depicting a dreamscape, right? Like a lot of symbolism. A woman sleeping, a bird holds a key. Maybe for some of you, birds are very important. Maybe you've had dreams about birds lately. And then like these zombies and like it's a wedding party. It's very, symbolic. It's not, again, clear-cut communication. So if someone is in this state of wanting to be in control, wanting to have things their way for whatever reason, I don't know, and whatever area of your life this is in, I don't know, it feels like they might not be doing it directly. So this person could be, okay, because that's what over there. This person could be manipulative at this time. And I'm feeling like if this is the way it is, this person is not normally this way, Libra. This person normally would say, I'm trying to be in control here. I'm trying to call the shots here, or my ideas are the best ideas. They might be very, what's that word? Compromising at this time when really that's not what they naturally would want to do. So I don't know why they do this. Maybe you know, but I think it's a tactic. I'll say that it feels like a tactic. It feels like for the long game, for the long run of whatever situation this is, you and this person are in, or again, this could be you. This is a tactic. This is like strategic. Okay. And then together came out again the Six of Cups and the Seven of Swords. So for some of you, you may have known this person since childhood. Six of Cups. They could be your child, or you are the parent, or excuse me, you are the child of this person, right? Or it could be a sibling relationship, whatever. But the Six of Cups usually indicates it's significant in that you guys, and this is very not odd for me to say, but I have so many caveats when I do say it. This for some of you is a soulmate connection. The caveat that I give in my channel or on my channel is that soulmates are not always romantic, number one. And number two, soulmate relationships are not a walk in the park. They're not these cookie cutter, just sunshine and rainbows types of connections. They can be very trying. They can be very difficult or hard to understand. And that kind of is confirmed because of this moon energy. So whatever this connection is between you and this person, it is significant, but it is also not easily discernible or easily understood. You or them or both of you have a hard time wrapping your mind around how this connection works, why it works, what is the purpose of it, why are you dealing with this situation or this person right now in your life. There's a lot of questions around it. And that is further confirmed, or not even further confirmed, it's further complicated. Thank you. Further complicated because of the Seven of Swords that came out with it. Seven of Swords is active manipulation and deception. So again, you or this person are not giving your full self to the situation. You're being strategic. You're being very calculated in what you say and do. I'm getting in this situation, in this depiction, number one, because of the artwork, there could be some sense of betrayal. Like this, again, this deck is the Zombie Tarot deck. And so the theme of it is the zombie apocalypse. And what do we see here? Two people presumably headed upstairs to safe ground. And the woman betrays the man by kicking him down the stairs and feeding him to these horde of zombies, or this horde of zombies, right? So for some of you, there could be elements of betrayal here, backstabbing, straight up lies, right? Promises unkept, right? I promise you, if you come up these stairs with me, you'll be safe. Okay, I'm going to come up the stairs with you. Boom, kicks you down the stairs. Total just... And if this is a soulmate, some of you are like, well, what the hell is that? Why would I want that? Exactly. That's why I don't like to use that word flippantly or easily or without the caveat. The underlying that I feel here is that there is some deep meaning because of the moon that came out before that you and this person share together. Your connection, whatever it is, why it is, how it is, when it is, all those things, they have a purpose. And that is backed up because, again, the Six of Cups is about soulmate connection sometimes. And soulmates are here to teach us lessons. They're here to help us grow. They're here to reflect to us, mirror to us, things that we need to be aware of in ourselves, possibly work on or fix in ourselves. And I've used quotes because you can't always fix what you have. Okay. So Libra, you have a person or a connection in your life that is significant. You know it's significant, but you might not know why or how and all the ways. And you might find yourself feeling super confused, or this is how someone feels about you. Regardless, it feels underlying. I will say this, underlying underneath it all, it feels positive. Because again, a soulmate is here to help you grow, to learn about yourself, to enhance your spiritual growth, right? Or enhance your spiritual ascension, right? So even if it feels like hell right now, once time passes, once you guys bury the hatchet, once you guys part ways or, mend fences, whatever you end up doing, it's going to be like oh, that was it. It's just going to dawn on you. It's going to be like an epiphany, right? So I think some of you lack this epiphany, you lack this clarity, and that's why you're just like WTF at this moment, okay? So that's the general overview for Libras. It does not have to apply to all of you, hence it's a general. And it's a public or a collective reading, so that's how that works. So I'm going to check in with the chat and see if anybody is here. Nobody's here, but people are here. If you're here, Libra, and you want a question answered by me, feel free to type it into the chat box. My moderator is here. I'm sure she's away from keyboard at this moment, but she is here, so she'll do her work and keep track of your questions for me. And here I am again. I'm the worst. I gotta tell you, I'm the worst because I've done these for over a year. I think over a year. And I always start with the general. I know I start with the general, but then I'm like, what do I do after the general? Career, finance, love and romance is last. So it's either career and finance I do first or health and wellness. I think I do career and finance first. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. It's not, it's not set in stone. Anyway, so let's get a deck for career and finance for Libra at this time. And again, if you guys join now or later, feel free again to pop your questions down in the chat, okay? For Libra, please, career and finance with this deck. Finance. Which deck? Career and finance for Libra, which deck? Oh, all right. Just kind of caught up there for a second. God, I'm like blind as hell. Ashley, you're welcome. Ashley, you're very, very welcome. I'm always happy to do this work. I don't know if people can tell that about my personality. I enjoy doing this, but I'm not one of these readers who are just like, oh my God, guys, I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, I missed you guys and all that. I'm not that type of person, period. And there's nothing wrong with them or me. It's just different vibes, but I don't know if that always comes across. So I am happy to do this work for you guys. So I appreciate everyone who comes out to these things. I appreciate everybody who's subscribed to the channel. I appreciate people who aren't subscribed and they watch me regularly. That's okay too. Because I don't know, it's just something that I like doing for now. And it's consistent. Like this is something I've been doing for a few years and I still like it. That's weird. That's unusual. Anyway, enough about me. Career and finance for Libra, please. Career and finance for Libra. Messages regarding career and finance for Libra. Please show me. That feels good. Thank you. All right, let's see what you guys get. Career and finance for Libra. Please show me. That is a lot. That's like I don't know why I can't talk. Far. It's 4 altogether. We don't do that. We get 4 total, but I like to get them out singularly, or at least in doubles. 4 altogether at once. No, ma'am, no, sir. All right, so one more time, please. For career and finance for Libra. Please show me. Hanged Man. You are delayed. You are severely delayed. High Priestess. Wow, even more. And something that came face down. Yes, okay. Wow, okay. So Hangman, High Priestess, Ace of Cups. Libra, it feels like you know what you want, you know what you're seeking, you know what's due to you, or you know what path you're moving on. It's just you're not moving on that path right now. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at sort of the simplicity of it. The Hangman, first card out, secondary major for Pisces. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, but you don't have to be. High Priestess, secondary major for Cancer. Could be dealing with Cancer, but you don't have to be. This is a lot of water energy. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm bringing that up. And Ace of Cups, general water energy. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The water element, aka your emotions right now, are kind of not in sync with where maybe your mind is. Okay. I think Libra, in a very logical sense, you know what you want with your career, you know what you're planning with your finances. It's just the execution isn't available. Because the execution isn't really available because of the emotional upheaval that you're involved in, or the emotional disruption you are enduring. Interesting. Emotional disruption you are enduring. Some of you, this is a growing point for you. So some of you could be in transition in your career, transition in your finances. You could have money tied up in a business, tied up in a relationship, tied up in maybe the IRS or something like that. Who knows? These are all guesses because you don't have any cards out here that are indicating where the money is or where your career path is. I mean, maybe okay. Let me quickly amend myself. For some of you, your career path, what you're seeking to do, is very spiritual based, metaphysical based, woo-woo, Reiki, all that kind of stuff, tarot, whatever. And you are coming from a corporate space, or you've always been in that space, but you've never done it for profit. You've never done it as a business, something like that. But that's just for a few of you. That's not for everybody. Most of you, your career and your money, it's like, you see how the bat is like hugged up into itself? It's like super reserved. It's not going anywhere. I don't know what the patterns of sleep, or if they hibernate or whatever, but this bat isn't doing shit. And that's what it feels like. You might be stuck at a job. You might feel really not held back. It's just the time is not right for you to make these moves. That's what you feel like. Because again, this is all water energy, emotional capacity, how you feel about things, how you express what you're feeling, how you analyze what you're feeling or reconcile with what you're feeling, right? So you don't feel ready to make any big, bold moves. And it feels purposeful. It feels, Libra, if you are thinking or feeling that, man, I'm stuck. I'm in a rut, but I don't know why I'm in a rut, or there's a perfect job opportunity coming up, but I just don't feel ready to approach or apply for this job, or there's a perfect job opportunity, but it requires me to move and I don't think I should move right now. I don't know why. They're not really giving it to me, but I'm telling you, the timing of it, the restriction you may be struggling with, because the Hangman often struggles to be calm, to be still, to be silent, and just relax into the discomfort. That could be what's holding you up. You put too much pressure on yourself to act, and this is a point of inaction for some reason for some of you. Anyway, where is this all coming from? The High Priestess energy. Intuitively, you may or may not know this. Perhaps that's what it is. perhaps your conscious mind is saying, go for the opportunity, spend this money, invest this money, take the job that's, 300 miles away or whatever, pick up and move your family and do all these things. That's your conscious mind, because maybe you're chasing dollars, maybe you're chasing status, maybe you're just wanting to move and try something different, whatever. But your intuition, the very quiet part of your mind, the core of you coming from your solar plexus energy, right? If you follow the chakras and stuff like that, is like quietly whispering to you, no, don't do that. Or not yet, right? It's very quiet. It's not screaming at you. So that's why you're like wanting to make these moves, but then maybe the circumstances around you withhold you. So you might say yes to the job, or you might say yes to the interview. Let's say that you say yes to the interview, but you never hear back. And you're like, man, that company, the person I was talking to via email, via Zoom, whatever, I was so excited to get started. How come they never followed up with me? And you're thinking, oh my God, they rejected me, or oh my God, I said something stupid in that initial interview, or maybe they found someone better than me, da 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 da. And you're like criticizing yourself in a conscious way, and not allowing yourself to ease into the discomfort of maybe it wasn't for you. And again, some of you are just like chasing it because it's an opportunity, it's good money, whatever your reasoning. Something better is going to come, and it will be a happier offer. It will be more fulfilling to you. Now, this is Ace of Cups. Again, it's water energy, so it's possibly not emotionally based, but I think it will just like, in some of your cases, it's really going to knock your socks off, because maybe it's a better offer financially. Like maybe where you were going, let's say you had the job offered to you that was X amount of miles away from home. And yeah, it was good pay. But then 2 months from now, or 2 days from now, I don't know how long, 58 days from now, it's very, I don't really tell time in tarot. But however long after, you get another offer, maybe from the same company, maybe from the same person, or a different company, it doesn't matter. And that offer, monetarily wise, is going to be better. Package deal in terms of benefits and all that kind of stuff is going to be better. The actual job that it is offered to you is going to be more fulfilling to you emotionally. It's going to stimulate you in a way because it's more aligned to what maybe you truly want to do with your personal skill set, right? So there's a better opportunity down the line, but because you consciously are so fixated on, many of you, you're just like, every day, I got to do something. I want this. I want it now. I need to do this. And maybe you feel pressured. 2020 has put the pressure on a lot of us, right? So I feel like for many of you, that could be the driver of why you want this so bad, is because 2020 has been so awful to so many people, financially speaking, personally speaking, in terms of interpersonal relationships, in terms of our own personal health. There's a lot that has happened in the past 10 months that has been garbage. And so your mind, you consciously are seeking non-garbage things. And so you maybe for the first time, this was maybe one of the first offers or first opportunities for you to use your money in a way that you would think would be a wise investment. In the universe, your guides, whatever you believe in or don't believe in with the high priestess energy, your personal Lord and Savior, whoever, is like pulling you back, wrapping you into like sort of like this, well, it's not a cocoon, I don't know, the wings of the bat. And it's restraining you on purpose. The universe is restraining you on purpose, Libra, to protect you and to see you fulfilled later down the line. So I'm not saying it's a guarantee. Tarot is not science, okay? But for many of you, you need to be patient. That's one of the things that the Hangman asks of us, is to be patient, relax into the unknown, relax into that discomfort, and trust your gut. Trust your instincts, trust your intuition. That quiet part of yourself that isn't ranting and raving and worried every waking hour of the day. That's ego, that's consciousness, or excuse me, that's your conscious mind. So that's way different. Your subconscious, your intuition, totally different voice, totally different vibe. The subconscious, your intuition, your guides are never in a tizzy. If information comes to you or ideas come to you, sensations come to you, and it feels stressful, it feels anxious, that's not your intuition. Your intuition has no stress. Stress doesn't work for the intuition. That's a bunch of stuff for the conscious mind. All right, so that's career and finance for you guys. Hopefully that helped. And hopefully any message I ever give on this channel is helpful to people. I would I would hope that people would not be watching me if it wasn't helpful. But anyway, so let's check in with the chat and see what's going on over there. Hello, chat. Ashley Peterson. I was wondering if he understands the connection, that there is a purpose behind it. I gotta get glasses, baby. That it is to help us evolve. He is an Aquarius. All right. Ashley, hello. I'm going to answer that question for you. We're going to see which deck my guides want to use for your question. And I thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really do appreciate it. So for Ashley, please, regarding her question, what did you call this person? I was wondering, he. So regarding Ashley's question, regarding he, which deck are we going to use, please? Ooh, I have like 3 like way down lower. They're on the floor because this area is teeny tiny. But anyway, let's see if it's one of those 3. Yes. I kind of had a feeling. I was like, none of these feel good. I think it's one of those ones down there. All right, Ashley. Here we go. For Ashley, please, regarding the man she is inquiring about. What is the question again? Does he understand the connection, that there is a purpose behind it, that it is to help them evolve? Does he, I guess I should start that over. There we go. Does he understand the connection? The man that Ashley is dealing with, in connection with, does he understand the connection? Does he understand the connection? For Ashley, please? This is the last one. Thank you. All right, let's find out. Let's take a gander. That was 2 together. You lucky duck. And then the Page of Swords. Reverse or side? I can't know. Which way for Ashley, please? Okay, reverse. Thank you. Page of Swords in reverse. One more for Ashley, please. Does the man she's in connection with understand their connection? Wow, 9 of Wands. Oh. And the first 2 that came out were the 10 of Swords and the 3 of Wands. So 10 of Swords, 3 of Wands. Page of Swords in reverse. And the 9 of Wands. Does he understand the connection? No, not really. I think if you've told him before, he knows what you think, and he understands those words. He's intelligent. He's smart enough to comprehend what you're trying to say, but does he understand inside of here? Not really. It feels like this person is possibly, it's either one of you. It feels like it's him. It could go the other way, but it really feels like it's him with this 10 of Swords, 3 of Wands. Just not interested in things that are heavy. Not interested in things that are heavy, difficult, painful, stressful. He may have suffered something recently, or is dealing with something on a personal level internally. Like, I feel like this is someone who doesn't like to face their pain or express it to others. I feel like he could be kind of reserved and ruminates a lot. He could overthink things, and that could be a barrier, right? Ten of Swords is coming, I mean, traditionally talks about backstabbing, being left for dead, things like that. That might factor in some way in his life. He might have experienced something like that, or he might feel that happens to him in certain relationships or circumstances. But I'm feeling like this Ten of Swords is like someone who thinks too much. And when he thinks too much, he might try to overanalyze or over-intellectualize something. He could be someone who like skeptical. He's highly skeptical of things. And the Three of Wands next to this Ten of Swords, it feels like when he can't make sense of it, or he sort of said his piece, he kind of wants to leave it alone. So if you say to him, I think we have a significant connection, I don't know if you said this, but if you did, if you told him or hinted, maybe, I don't know, like we're soulmates, I think you and I have a deep spiritual connection, he might hear that and blank it. Or he might hear that and say, okay, I don't want to talk about this anymore. Or, well, you said that like last week, why are we talking about it again? It's like he doesn't, it feels like he doesn't want to be persuaded, which is good, right? In a connection of any type, you don't want to persuade a person to be with you, to like you, to want to, date you or marry you or be in business with you or whatever type of relationship this could be. You don't want to persuade someone. Like, at least I would think most people wouldn't want this. I don't want to have to convince you that this is what you want to do. I would want you to show up and know that this is what you want to do, right? And I think he is in that vein a little bit. Like, if he doesn't believe, he's like, I just don't believe. And why don't you just let me be that way? Why are you trying to convince me to believe what you believe? Why can't we just be friends? Or why can't we just date? Why can't we just have whatever we have and be without a label? Or why do I have to agree with you on what this is? Why is that significant? Etc., etc., etc. So I think he, again, overanalyzes, ruminates about this a lot. Possibly could be someone who uses communication or language in a technical way. Like like I'm sensing like somebody who like goes to like a dictionary and like looks up the expressed meanings or like the explicit meanings of words, or again points to certain facts or figures or articles or research that he's aware of to counteract your point or to give you something else to think about. Well, you're trying to make me think this of the relationship. Have you ever considered this? Have you ever considered what's that called? Unconscious bias. Like a lot of people who are skeptical of spiritual connections or spiritual anything, metaphysical anything, a lot of them will immediately go to unconscious bias, which is fair. But, in my estimation, I'd have a different I'd have a particular argument against that, or to kind of, draw a duh. Well, of course that's why, but that's not part of your reading. So this Page of Swords shows me that air sign energy. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So he's here with with him being an Aquarius. The Page of Swords in reverse, Ashley, is like giving me this vibe that he tries to be logical, tries to be sensible with you in conversation about whatever you guys have or whatever your discussion of the day is. And I think he doesn't always execute. I feel that possibly because of this Ten of Swords energy, where he's possibly been in mental or verbal conflict with people, possibly uses his words to harm others or uses words as a defense mechanism. I feel like he could easily shut a conversation down. He could easily, I don't want to say degrade, but tries to undermine other people as like a power move. So there's a lot of defensive energy. It's a page, so that would indicate some type of immaturity in him. Not that he's childish, immature as in like how you indicated with your question, there's a point of growth necessary if he were to fully acknowledge and or accept or understand your connection in the way that you do. Now, what you do with that, I don't know. But at this time, I don't see someone who's like, yes, I believe wholeheartedly that you and I have a significant connection, that we're meant to grow together, that we're meant to be teacher and student to one another, and it's reciprocated and all this kind of stuff. I don't see that. I see someone who's more skeptical than anything. I sense that's it's somebody who is afraid to put up that level of vulnerability, to put up that level of or participate in that level of interconnectivity consistently. He might do little windows here and there. Page of Swords can do it for a little while. Pages can do a little bit. They can't do a lot. They can do a little bit of what you're asking them, like a child, because pages also indicate children, right? So, like a child, he can't be fully engaged in something for very long. You can't tell a kid to be busy 8 hours of the day. As adults, we can be sent off to work, and for more often than not, we can usually stay on task. Kids, they need breaks, they need recess, they need free periods, they need downtime in the day. Like, they just need that release. And not to say like he needs this in a routine. It's just I don't sense that he is yet capable for himself, because everything goes through his mind. He funnels everything through logic. Everything has to make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, he's more than willing to like poke holes in people's theories, ideas, arguments. He might like that. I think he might enjoy that. And that's fine. People enjoy argumentation or debates. That's cool. 9 of Wands. This is somebody overly, not defensive, but like holding their position, standing their ground, going down with the ship, so to speak. 9 of Wands is the wounded warrior. So, and the word wounded again, and then this very, not graphic, but this pretty understood illustration of this deer. Oh, for God's sakes, how do I, come on. You kind of get the gist of it, right? So there's this idea that he has a defense mechanism about being proven wrong or not as informed or intelligent, or not being able to argue his way out of a discussion or a debate. He's very rigid in that way. Aquarius, fixed sign energy, so that kind of makes sense a little bit. So he might hear what you say. He might read. If you send him an article, if you send him a video to watch, listen to this audiobook or whatever, I think it would help you understand what's going on here. He might listen, but he is like taking notes. He's like making mental notations on, well, that doesn't make sense because of blah, 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 blah. And I remember reading this, or I can point to this and I can tell you how that's not true because of all these other factors over here. He's pulling it apart. It's like you give him something. Like, this is like, this is such a weird like visual that I'm getting. But like, say you give him like a handmade like sweater. I made you this sweater. And when you make something by hand, there's usually like a pull thread, right? He's like, oh, you made me the sweater. Great. I'm supposed to wear it. Sweaters are to be made. But did you know that this is a pull thread? And when you pull it, it destroys the sweater. It's like he purposely wants to dismantle things just to prove they can be dismantled. So you intended to give him this warm, cozy sweater that you made by hand, a sentimental gift. And he's like, oh, I see your sentimental gift, but I raise you with the fact that your sentimental gift can be destroyed. How about that? And I don't think that he's doing it to hurt you or hurt other people. It's just to prove that it can be done. So I think he might be an absolutist. If it's not absolutely 100% provable, if there are exceptions, then we can't talk about how this is for sure a connection of standing. So, sort of, kind of. He hears what you say, but does he believe it himself? No, not really. Not really. Okay, Ashley, hopefully that helped. And hopefully I was in the ballpark because, I don't check. I don't, when I do these in personals, I'm just like, I hope I'm right. And so far I've been pretty good. So let's see what happened. Oh, thank you, Ashley. Yes, I'm on point. Thank you very much. Hopefully that information helped. And, that kind of fits with, if you were here in the beginning, I don't know if you were, with the general that I did, the overview for Libra season was talking about that. What did I say? It was the Emperor, the Moon, Six of Cups, and Seven of Swords. Dealing with a person who you might have a connection with, who very well could be a soulmate, but do they believe it, or are they behaving in the way that we might want a soulmate to act when we recognize them as such? No. So keep that in mind. A soulmate can come into your life for a long time or a short time for joyous, positive reasons and purposes and events and experiences, or not that. Okay. I will point to one of my soulmates who's near and dear to my heart and very much here in this reading here in this live event, my sister. We didn't always get along. Nope. But we're soulmates just the same. And will we always get along? I hope so. But who's to say? I might do something, she might do something, and we might fall out. We never have, not for any long period of time, I don't think. But I already accept that it might not be a relationship that is always good, or a relationship that is always going to be in full agreed upon connection. You know what I mean? Like, there might be something that happens along the way, in my journey, her journey, the both of us, where we fall off. And that would be the nature of the beast. That would be the nature of our relationship. So that's my, soulmate stuff for me. You can have it, but do you want it? So let's see. Any other questions? Okay, so Ashley's the only one. Hello again, Libras. If you guys are just joining the chat, I am Jay. This is EmpathicFire. Doing your birthday season readings. We're going to move on into career and finance, health and wellness. Thank you. That's next. So if you're here in the chat and you want your question answered by me, please type it into the chat box and my moderator will let me know. And we'll read it in a moment. So health and wellness for Libra. Please show me health and wellness for Libra. Okay, I think that. Is that right? Yeah, this is good. They say, all right, health and wellness for you. Let's see what's going on. And I think I did, but in case I didn't, thank you, Ashley, for your question. I do appreciate it. Health and wellness for Libra at this time. What's going on with health and wellness for Libras at this time? Excuse me. Messages regarding health and wellness for Libra, please show me. Last one, thank you. They're like, we heard you. That's the last one. You can go. All right, let's get into it. For Libra, health and wellness, please show me. 3 of Cups. No, thank you. Health and wellness for Libra, please show me. Page of Pentacles. All right. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. All right. Some of you Libras, and it's your birthday season, so this, take it with a grain of salt. I'm not telling you to do this on your birthday or for your entire season, but some of you 3 of Cups, a little bit too much partying going on. Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Yes. Three of Cups coming out in the beginning here. It feels like some of you are laxing in taking care of your body, laxing in taking care of your mental and emotional well-being. Some of you are really neglecting that space. Your mental and emotional sides are really, some of you, not all of you, are super neglected. You need to, get on top of that. It feels like if it's not because you're distracted or partying too much or anything, you're just distracted. Or excuse me, you couldn't, Jesus Christ, can we get this out? You may not be partying, but you are distracted, willfully distracted. You're avoidant. Thank you. That's the word. You're avoidant at this time. So sleeping too much, drinking too much, partying too much, sure, eating too much. In some of your cases, not sleeping enough, right? Because that can be another way that we are impacted with our mental or emotional health, right? So there's just something you're doing. Like I feel like maybe not purposeful action, but something you're choosing to do on a regular basis that doesn't do you well mentally or emotionally or both. Spiritually for some of you, but the bigger portion is really your mental and emotional wellness. Others of you, it is physical wellness. If you're not sleeping well or drinking too much, eating too much, not eating enough, not being hydrated, stay hydrated, right? Those can also affect your physical body, clearly. So it's all tied together. I feel for some of you, it's purely because 2020 has been a shit show and it's your season, it's your day, it's your week, it's your month, whatever way you're conceiving of it. And you just want to turn up and have a good time. Fair enough. Keep it in check. Don't let it go on for like months and months and months, right? Others of you, it's very purposeful because you know what's slated to be dealt with is too much. I didn't want to say that, but it did come out because you don't even want to admit that what's going on is too much. It's like, it's bad, but you don't necessarily want to admit how bad it is. It feels like some of you feel like you let something go too far. I've let this go too far. I don't know how to reel it in. And to reel it in, I'm going to have to involve other people. Now, I'm not using this in that, I'm not even going to say it in that way, but there could be an invite in this energy, this Three of Cups, for other people to be involved. There might be a need for that. You might need a counselor, a therapist, a friend, maybe just a friend. It doesn't have to be in those official capacities or to such degree that you need to be, laying on a couch, spilling your guts about your childhood traumas. It doesn't have to go that far for all of you. But there is this, involve other people, Libra. Don't try and do all this by yourself. First of all, many of you are not trying to do shit. Many of you aren't doing anything other than avoiding it, delaying it. Some of you are in denial. Yeah. Some of you are in denial. And not to say this reading is your wake-up call, but I feel like there have been several alarms going off, and each alarm you're like snooze, 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 right? There have been bat signals going off everywhere, indicating that you need to be on top of this or get ahead of this, preventing something, again, from getting worse. Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Oh, got a little frozen there. Okay, there we go. Page of Pentacles. Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, excuse me. You could be dealing with the earth sign, but you don't have to be. Page of Pentacles. Before it gets worse, like look at this kid yanking these plates down from the shelf, about to make a mess of the entire dining room or wherever the hell he is. Not cool, little Jimmy. Not cool, little, Roberto, whatever. there's you slowly but surely can make improvements here. And maybe that's the way it should be. This might tie a little bit because these are pentacles. And I did your career and finance a moment ago, or not a moment ago, several minutes ago. And in that, there was this drive, this conscious drive to do, go, 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 get it, get it, get it. But your circumstances, from an emotional standpoint, because it was heavy with water energy, was holding you back. Something was coming through and it says it's not ready, you're not ready, the time is not right, whatever it is. Similar energy here with this Page of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles coming together, because Pentacles are slow and they deal with your physical surroundings, your material wealth, your money. So some of you might be trying to focus. Some of you might be overworking. That could be what this Three of Cups is. It doesn't have to be you're indulging in party, and just having a good time. It could be indulging in lots of work. If you throw yourself at work, if you work all the extra shifts you can, and if you take home work with you on the weekends and you just never have a break, then you can't think about yourself. You can't think about your personal problems. You don't have to focus on what's disturbing you in your emotions or your mental capacities or your mental body, right? So avoidant, purposely avoidant. Page of Pentacles, I feel you can smarten up. The Page of Pentacles arguably is one of the smarter pages. Probably the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles would be deemed the smartest, most logical, most sensible. So you have the ability to make a conscious choice to relax if you're overworking, to rein it in if you're partying too much, and to prioritize your wellness, because this is health and wellness in general. And again, it doesn't have to be just mental or physical spaces. It could be your physical body is going through something. Like your body's like every day showing signs that something ain't right. And you might be Googling something, going on WebMD, being like, what does it mean when your body is extruding this yellowish substance or this pinkish substance? Like, I've never seen this happen. And, the web is telling you, go see a doctor. And you're like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. Go see a doctor, baby. Legit, go see a doctor. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just like, if you are seeing something so severe in you that you've never seen before, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever, and you can logically understand, I could probably use treatment. I could probably use an opinion here of a board certified, clinician. But then you sit on it. What's the point? What's the point in knowing that? So I think you might be coming to a slow realization that you can't get over this by yourself. You can't deal with this by yourself, and you can't avoid it forever. So then Queen of Pentacles comes along. Again, earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel this could be someone outside of you, or it could just be your own realization, your own epiphany, your own aha moment, right? But I feel this Queen of Pentacles is very nurturing. Doesn't have to be a female because it's a queen. Doesn't have to be an earth sign just because that's the card. It's a friend, a colleague, a loved one, a stranger. You could just be walking down the street, standing in line, doing something, and you just don't look right. And somebody's like, baby, are you okay? You should go see a doctor. Boom. That's your signal. Go see a doctor. Some woman in CVS was like, you don't look right. Maybe you should go see a doctor. Listen to her. Listen to him, whoever it is. But the Queen of Pentacles is a nurturing energy. It's like what's this? Like this person has hawk eyes. Like they can suss out, or they have sussed out, not what's wrong with you, but that there's something wrong. You may have tried to play it off like there's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. I can handle this. This person, roommate, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, I don't care who they are. They're like, dude, Libra, you can't fool me because I'm looking right at you and I can tell. You don't look right. You don't sound right. Your eating pattern is off. Like this person, they could read you, So this person is very instinctual that way, like very protector instinct. They don't want to see you suffer. They don't want to see you get any more worse than you are right now. And their encouragement hopefully would inspire you. But some of you are like, You're avoiding this person. That could be what's going on. This person could have, asked you 2 weeks ago, have you been feeling okay, Libra? And you said fine, and then you dropped off from them, and you don't want to talk to them anymore about whatever is bothering you. Like they got too close to the truth, and you're like, oh, I can't be talking to Sally. She knows too much. Something like that. So I feel you're very protective of yourself, sort of ironically, as this person is being protective of you. Like they're trying to encourage you, help you, see you improve, and you're kind of like, no, don't look at me. Oh no, you know too much, So your health and wellness, whatever's going on, I think you would have to make it a priority for yourself. 3 of Cups is not about priorities. 3 of Cups is like indulgence. What feels good in the moment? What feels good now? And some of you are riding that high, riding on that or on that vibe of, I just want to have a good time, or I just want to focus on something that, like, you don't want to focus on the bad things is what this feels like. I mean, I'm not a doctor, clearly. And this is not a channel that gives medical advice. So please, again, seek your own professionals, talk to people in your life who have that knowledge. But I feel like in some of your cases, you may have heard, or you might know you have a diagnosis. And this happens sometimes, not to say it's okay, but this happens sometimes. People get diagnoses for whatever disease, whatever illness, whatever is going on, and they don't want to tell anybody. And then they ignore it. And then it comes out later. Pentacles, passage of time. It comes out later that, oh, did you know that Libra had XYZ as Libra is laying in the hospital, as Libra has passed out, God forbid, as Libra has injured themselves further because they didn't tell anyone. Like, I feel like some of you are not telling people how not well you are, and that's not a good idea. You're not. You know your truth. I'm not trying to accuse you of anything, and I'm not trying to encourage you to listen. I would encourage you to take care of yourself, but some of you are just like, you've said too much. All right, I've said too much. Sorry. So let's turn back over to the chat and see if anybody has any questions. Oh, wow, look at that. Good amount of people in the chat room. Hello, everyone. If you're a Libra, again, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you have a question for me, please feel free to type it in the chat box, and I will answer it for you. So I'll give you a couple of seconds for anybody who may have joined late. If you are a Libra, it's your birthday season. Happy birthday. And you have a question for me, now's the time to ask. Hey, Sissy. Sissy, what are you doing? BT dubs. Oh, look at you. You're at the keyboard. Thank you for being at the keyboard. Oh, what did you have? Watch it be something super delicious. And I think after this, I'm going to have some cereal. Okay. All right. What? I need to get glasses because my face, you saw my face, right? From here, it looked like you said stone cold ice cream. And I was like, what? Because I'm like, at that time of day, but still oats with peanut butter. Okay. I need glasses. All right, let's go. You could eat ice cream for breakfast. You could totally get away with that, and you know it. Again, Libras, if you guys have any questions, go ahead and type them out into the chat. My dear mod Sissy, Nicole will take your questions and she'll keep me on track. But let's go ahead and move on into love and romance for Libra. Love and romance for Libra. Let's see what the messages are, or let's see which deck, and then we're going to get some messages. What's that face for? I just see like a, why? Why are you making that face? Love and romance for Libra, please. There we go. I can't see. I need glasses. I'm finally joining you and the rest of the crew. in needing glasses. For sure. Needing glasses. Love and romance for Libra at this time. Please show me. Yes. I got plenty of things I gotta do. Getting glasses is one of them. What else do I gotta do? Get glasses. Take Klaus to the vet. There's something else I gotta do. I gotta buy something for the house. I forgot what it was. Plenty of things I gotta do. I'll do them. Why are you? It is not what it is. But love and romance for Libra. How dare you say that to me? You know I hate it. Love and romance. Hold Libra, please. That's the one. Thank you. Of course it is. Love and romance for Libra. Let's see. The Hierophant. Ten of Swords. Yikes. And something else. Knight of Wands. All right. Hierophant. Ten of Swords. And the Knight of Wands. Okay. So in some of your lives is a divorce, baby. Or if not a divorce, there's a difficulty in a marriage. There's a difficulty in a commitment. For some of you, if you're not committed, if you're solo dolo, maybe I'll do that. I've never done it before. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get a card or two for people that are strictly single. But this feels like for those of you where you're in a commitment, some type of entanglement, some type of long-standing marriage or something like that, trouble in the waters is what this feels like. Hierophant energy. This is major kind of for Taurus. So some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, but you don't have to be. Ay. There we go with the focus. I think some of you, due to the depiction of this Hierophant, how it's got a Ouija board in front of it, some of you may be seeking guidance through spiritual means, talking to psychics, talking to tarot readers, maybe, working with people that are strictly clairvoyant or something like that, and asking for guidance. Some of you could be talking to marriage counselors, therapists, pastors, people who practice marriage counseling inside or outside of spiritual or religious sectors, right? And you just want to know. It feels like some of you just want to know what's going on, what's the future of this relationship, what's the quality or the content, like why something happened, why something is happening, why you ever met this person. There's a lot of wondering of what happened, why this, why that, ponder, question, seeking information, guidance, clarity. Fair. That feels fair. That feels partially what you should be doing. But it also feels like, Libra, it's like you may get information that you don't exactly want to hear. You might be seeking counsel, and maybe the counselor or the therapist or the person who's giving you advice is not telling you stuff you want to hear. They're not giving you any practical or helpful information in your mind. I feel like many of you have an idea of what is going on in your connection with this person. Many of you, it's a marriage. Like, this is hard marriage energy, which is part of the Hierophant card, but it's not the only thing the Hierophant is about. But for many of you, it's like a marriage or like a commitment to marriage. Like on your way to the altar, maybe something has become difficult. Maybe there has been an unexpected upheaval in your lives together, and you're not even married yet. And you're just like, we were just about to say I do. And then this whole other thing came along and knocked that. It feels like you feel knocked off your path. Many of you feel like, I was in this relationship or I was going towards this commitment and now I'm not, or I'm not sure what I should be doing. There's a lot of questions. I said that, a lot of questions here. And where you're seeking help from, they're not telling you either what you want to hear or it feels just generally unhelpful information. Like I'm getting this idea of, and this doesn't have to be your scenario, and only take it if it applies, but it's this idea of, let's say you were married or committed or whatever, and your partner cheats. You go to counselors there, or excuse me, marriage counseling, couples therapy, whatever. And the therapist basically is sitting there going, well, your partner made a mistake and you should hold them accountable, but at the same time, you have to forgive them first. And for you, you're angry or you're dismayed, you're hurt, you're heartbroken. And so the immediate call for forgiveness is really bothering you. You see what I mean? Like, this person broke my heart. They broke their vows. They broke their promises to me. They were unfaithful to me. And you want me to forgive them today. Like, I feel like the timing is an issue. Like, it's too soon to forgive for some of you. I can't forgive because it literally just happened yesterday or last week or something. And you're like going to the therapist, or you're going to talk to a good friend, or you're, again, like a pastor, because it's the Hierophant, so it can have this religious overtone for some of you. So you might go to someone in your church or your wherever you pray, wherever you practice your worship, and they're like, through your faith and his or her faith and all these things, you can persevere, you can get past this, and the Lord is watching over you and all these things. And you're just like, so the Lord is watching over me now, but the Lord wasn't watching over him or her when they stepped out of this relationship. There's like questions like that, like high level questions. Like, if the Lord is meant to, if I'm protected, and if our marriage or our connection is sanctified or somehow for some elevated good, it's meant to enrich my life. I'm meant to be happy. I'm meant to feel loved and supported and secure. Why do I feel so awful now? And why? It's giving me like this vibe of stand by your man or stand by your woman, whatever. And Libra's like, why? When I hurt so bad. 10 of Swords. This is what the cards are saying. This is not my advice. This is what the cards are saying. FYI. So 10 of Swords. You're deeply hurt, feeling deeply betrayed, abandoned in some cases, lied to, manipulated. If this is like a cheating thing, you already know that. I don't think I'm breaking any news to anybody here. And again, this is not for everybody. So we might do a non-committed spread, which would be a first on the channel. But anyway, someone has really taken you to your limits. And now that you're at this limit, because for some of you, those vows that you exchanged, that commitment that you made to this person, or vice versa, by the way, this can go vice versa, it's still a general. It's serious. Those vows, that commitment, serious. And now that it's been violated, why do I still honor this relationship? Some of you are struggling with that. You're struggling with giving someone redemption, giving someone forgiveness. And there's a lot of cliched phrases out there, and there's a little bit of a hint of truth in that. Forgiveness is not about the other person, it's about you. Because forgiveness isn't an excusing of the behavior. It's not a, oh, well, life happens. Yeah, no big deal. It's fine. It's not a pardon in that way. It's not a, we're just going to erase that, or we're just going to pretend that didn't happen. There is still accountability in forgiveness. And there's a lot of school of thought over this, but I think like some of you are really struggling with this. And Libra, you're having a very like visceral reaction, and this would play to your career and finance reading, which was heavily water-based, again, emotionally heavy. If you weren't here for that, once this is over, go ahead and go back and check that out. Where I think some of you are throwing yourselves in other areas of your life. This is love and romance, right? This area of your life, don't want any parts of it. You're just like, no, thank you. I don't want to be involved here. Knight of Wands. This is not serving me. I'm not enjoying myself. In fact, I'm pretty fired the fuck up, and I want to move on. So, and I don't know the details, and I'm not here to give you the advice, but it feels like that's what you're being told to do. Or excuse me, that's what your conscious mind is telling you. That's what your reactionary self is telling you. But something else is telling you to slow down. Some of you, it is an external person that's telling you to slow down. Others of you, it's your own instincts, it's your own guides, it's your own intuition that says, no, Libra, just a minute, think about it, cool your jets a little bit, take some time, think about this. What were we just talking about? Health and wellness. Health and wellness was another thing where I feel that Three of Cups came out, and that was indulgent energy. And I use the word avoidant. Something's going on for many of you in your commitment space, your love and romance space, long-term, short-term, I don't care. And it has really rocked you because of some type of hurt that you have experienced or that you have perpetrated on somebody, because again, it can be flipped, right? It doesn't have to be a marriage. It doesn't even, for some of you, this isn't even a situation that's still going on, but you can't get over it. You can't get over it. Some of you. And it could be hinging on this idea of forgiveness. Knight of Wands is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a fire sign, but you don't have to be. I'm going to do you a solid, Libra, because that is a very finite, it feels like a very contained message. So I actually want to get advice on that, and I might do a card or two for those who are single, because this is, you could be single and that could be your storyline, but this feels like for many of you what you're dealing with regarding a current or semi-current, like recent relationship. Others of you, it's just how you feel in your love life in general. But anyway, I want to see a card of advice here regarding this storyline for Libra, please. No. Card of advice here for Libra regarding this storyline. Don't tell the other signs I did this for your birthday. Strength. Okay. So you really got to overcome something here, Libra. You really have to push yourself beyond your limits, or overcome or graduate in a certain way. I'm getting this idea of graduation, ascension. This is major arcana for Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo. You don't have to be. I think this is more about you. You need to find some inner strength, some resolve to release yourself from this. A lot of you are holding on to something that you don't need to hold on to. Resentment, fear, anger, anguish, heartbreak, all those things that exist within the Ten of Swords, and so much more, right? And it's not serving you to hold on to those things. You see how he's holding on to this dragon? Release the dragon. Not like in a vengeful way, not in a way of like, oh, I'm gonna get you. No. Let the universe, let karma handle it, right? But release yourself from the disruption you feel. This energy disrupts you. This whatever you're thinking about, whatever you are focused on or avoidant in focusing on, avoidant, some of you, in acknowledging how bad it is. Some of your cases, like going back to that idea of stand by your man, some of you need to be released from that. Release that idea. And I'm not here to tell you to do this. This is just possibly what you're already feeling. And this could be a point of growth for you. You guys got to check out. All of these readings have a thread of similarity in them, but they're manifesting in very different ways in all different facets of your life. Some of you guys in that Stand By Your Man storyline are being told, stick with your partner, male or female, I don't care. Whatever your religious background is, I don't care. However long you've been together, I don't care. You're being told, you got to push through. See, some of you are being told, think of the kids, think of the money, think of the business. People, other people around you, family, friends, advisors, I don't care. They're tacking on all this extra. Your partner did XYZ to you, comma, however, think of the kids. I'm not in this, so I'm pulling myself out because I don't want to give advice that I would give myself, because I know who I am. I don't know who you are. But there's this element there. You have been unhappy or treated in a certain way. Many of you purely cheated on in a full-on affair, maybe, by your partner and your mother, your brother, your best friend. You know, these things just happen sometimes, but you can get through it. And think of all that you share together. All right, did I pull it back? That was me. That's not the strength. You got to find your own strength to persevere, to overcome this, to release it in some type of way, whatever that means. Maybe you need to release yourself from the situation. Maybe you need to release yourself from the resistance towards forgiveness, right? Whatever that means to you. That's not cool. This is not fun. But we're going to do a singles because that felt so strong for people that are committed or have recently been in some type of entanglement that was significant. It doesn't have to be a marriage. Doesn't even have to be long-term, but it has an impact. You felt really enmeshed with this person, in sync with this person. And now all of that is turned upside down and you don't know what the hell to think. You don't know what to feel. Some of you don't want to feel shit. You're just like, I'm avoiding all of that because that Knight of Wands is like, let me out of here. I'm ready to go. But you can't. You got to wrap it up. You got to find some type of resolve, some type of closure there, some type of acceptance there, some type of forgiveness there. And again, it's all about you. It has nothing to do with the other person. You have to release yourself from this energy, Libra. Yeah. Thank you. They're like, yep, that's it. All right. So let's get 2 cards. Let's try 2 cards for singles because that was super, 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 super about people that were in connections. So for Libras, please, singles. And this is the first time I'm doing this. Again, don't tell the other signs because they're going to want it too. No, I'm kidding. Let me get 2 cards for singles at this time with love and romance for Libras. 2 cards for singles. 1. I just saw that at the bottom of the deck. 7 of Wands. And 2. 5 of Cups. So singles, y'all ain't doing too. I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the immediate feel of this. You're not doing too hot either. 7 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. So some of you Libras who are single, you don't want to be messed with. You don't want to be messed with. Too much is going on in the world, in your life. It's not the season, baby. That's what that feels like. It's not the season. Like you see how the trees very much, they look like they're in the middle of autumn, like we are here in the northern hemisphere. Well, we're not in the middle. We're just starting autumn. Well, no, we're in the middle. No. I'm being silly. We are in the start of autumn because you're the cardinal sign of the fall season. So we're in the beginning of autumn. So I feel like even though this is leading to what I guess would still be called cuffing season, like cuffing season is coming, I feel a lot of Libras are like, I'm not participating in cuffing season this year. You single Leos, Libras, you're just like not about it. You're not about it. It feels like there's other things you got to worry about or it's like, I feel like there's a pressure here. Like you or other people are like feeling this pressure to date, to connect. But at the same time, it's like hollow or it's bare. Thank you. It's bare because you see the trees. This is not when the trees look lush and beautiful. This is like when they're going into what do they do? It's not hibernation, but you know what I mean. The leaves fall down and they're not as active as when they are in the spring and the summer. So the temperature of 2020, many people are feeling that itch. A lot of people have totally given up dating because there's a fucking pandemic outside. Makes sense to me. But a lot of people, some of you Libras included, are just like, well, I'm just going to roll the dice and say, screw it, take my chances and go out on a couple of dates. And you can date and it could be safe and socially distanced and all that stuff. Plenty of people are finding creative ways to meet new people. But I feel some of you Libras are just like, not at all, not going to do a damn thing. Nobody's coming to my door. I'm not going to anybody else's house. Forget it. And why? Some of you are not even interested in the creative ways of dating. A Zoom date? For what? A picnic? Never. A lot of you guys are just like, nope, not interested. Flat out. No. It could be, again, threading back to several of the other readings that we did tonight. It could be because you're preoccupied in other areas of your life. You're more worried about your finances and your career, what to do with your money and how you're going to survive. Some of you are like, I can't pay the rent. What am I going to go on a date for? That could be your reality, and that would be confirmed with this 5 of Cups. Look at the headspace of this skeleton. Is this the right headspace of somebody who wants to get to know another person? My mind is like a maze right now. Like some of you Libras, very quietly to yourselves, literally, you might be saying, oh, I'm fucked up. In my head, in my emotions, I'm fucked up. I'm not ready. Sure, that guy is cute. Sure, that girl looks amazing. Can't do it. Oh man, I had a crush on you for months, but I can't. I'm not ready. So I applaud that if that's your experience, to be aware and to keep yourself out of doing not bad things, just knowing you're not going to be your best self. Like maybe that's it for the singles here. You're not your best self right now. So I'm not going to engage in trying to get to know people. No. And the 5 of Cups also speaks to loss. So that can filter back into those people that we were talking about a moment ago who might have had an entanglement, some type of commitment, and it's totally donezo. And you haven't moved on yet because of what we were discussing before. And that could be playing into the singles reading as well. You have lost something, that marriage, that commitment, that promise of a commitment, whatever it was. And you just are not in the right headspace to go meeting anybody else. Point blank, period. Okay. So that's love and romance, which is so interesting because you guys are one of the signs, your 7th house. You're one of the signs of partnership in love and romance, and not so good. And I'm sorry, I hope you can understand. You have my sympathies, okay? So let's check out the chat and see what's going on here. All right, where are we? Mistreated, not appreciated, used, unloved, passionless, going through the motions, keeping up appearances for whose sake? Woke Up Sassy? Appreciate that name. Love that name. Thank you for joining Woke Up Sassy. Hopefully you're doing well. This is your life around achievement. Thank you. There she is. What's up, Trey? Am I allowed to call you Trey? How are you doing? Oh man. Exercise your right and take off to the pursuit of happiness. Everything your heart dishes is for you. Thank you. Woke Up Sassy. Trey, what's going on? You know that I need glasses. I'm sorry. I'm like old. Sorry. I'm gonna find a better way to read comments. What did you say? Simplicity. You know the line that love doesn't feel the same when you get older. Our hearts take beating. No. Yeah, man. As we get older, love is just a different thing. When I was 20 something, totally different. Now that I'm 4 years old, it's totally different. I absolutely agree with that. But yes, thank you. Thank you, Trey, for coming out. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. This is going to be last call for any Libras in the chat who have a question for your birthday season. If you want to type it to me now, please do so. And if there are no questions coming in, we will soon be wrapping up. And I, again, want to thank everybody for coming out and watching for as long as you did, hanging with me for as long as you did. All comments are always appreciated. I've seen other people's lives, and some comments can get kind of crazy, and there have never been such crazy comments here. So I appreciate that. And even if there were crazy comments, I might get a kick out of it. I have that type of sense of humor. I'm like, ha ha ha, ha, that was so not correct, but enjoyable just the same. Yes, mature love is always better. Absolutely. Oh, and I love you too, Trey. Well, We'll have to. You'll have to call me, or I'll have to call you. We'll have to do a catch up again. What was that, like about a couple months ago we talked? That was great. We should do that again soon. So again, final call for any Libras who have questions, and if anyone is watching in the repeat or here now, if you want to get at me for the personal reading, you can look down below. It's in the description box, the prices and what you're going to get. It's really time-based. It's not really about, any particular message or questions that you have. I take all kinds of questions. I've enjoyed so many personal questions because it's interesting. I think I'm an interesting person, and then I get readings and people ask me questions. I was like, I am so boring because this is lit. This situation right here, wow. So, but anyway, any questions that you have regarding purchasing a personal reading with me, you can clear it up with me before you actually purchase. And if we're interested in doing donations, guys, you can do it with the PayPal app or the Cash App down below. But did y'all hear that? That sounded like something fell downstairs. Don't know what he's doing. Anyway, so it doesn't look like any questions are coming through. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Libra and everybody who's here tonight, whether you were just hanging out to hang out, what's this? Oh, my mod is doing stuff. I didn't know you could do that. Thank you, Sissy. I appreciate you. Then guys, thank you if you're here watching live. I appreciate you. If you're watching on the repeat, I appreciate you. Libras, I hope you guys have an amazing birthday season. And I will see you all soon. Take care, guys. Have a good night. Bye. Why are you doing the Sagittarius thing? You're not a Sagittarius. Good night, guys.